What is the meaning of the verb break up?
When a gathering of people separates, it breaks up. When the police tell people who are gathered together in a crowd to separate and leave the area. The police break the gathering up. The demonstration was broken up by riot police.
What is the meaning of the verb look into?
When you look into something or look into doing something. You investigate it or get more information about it. Maybe leasing a car is something I should look into.
What is the meaning of the verb stop over?
When you visit someone for a short time, you stop over. Would you like to stop over after dinner and see our vacation pictures?
What is the meaning of the verb break off?
When something breaks off or someone breaks something off. A part or smaller piece is separated from something larger by force. Jim broke off a piece of chocolate and gave it to his girlfriend.
What is the meaning of the verb stick up?
When something long and narrow is raised above the surface, it sticks up. Be careful walking around a construction site, there might be a nail sticking up.
What is the meaning of the verb look at?
When you examine something or a situation and decide what to do about it, you look at it. The mechanic looked at my car but couldn't find anything wrong with it.
What is the meaning of the verb stop over?
When you interrupt a journey, usually an airplane journey, for a short stay somewhere, you stop over. David stopped over in London on his flight from New York to Moscow.
What is the meaning of the verb stay out of?
When you stay out of a place, you do not go inside it. Your father's busy cooking dinner, so stay out of the kitchen.
What is the meaning of the verb float around, usually continuous?
When something is floating around a place, it is there somewhere, though you are not sure exactly where. I don't know where the stapler is, but it's floating around here somewhere. The new schedule was floating around the office yesterday.
What is the meaning of the verb hold off?
When you hold off an attack, you prevent the attacker from getting close to you or from winning the fight. If you hold off a competitor, you prevent the competitor from winning. The champion held off the challenger and won the game.
What is the meaning of the verb look at?
When you think a certain way or have an opinion about something, That is the way you look at it. The way I look at it, Congress is to blame for this mess, not the president.
What is the meaning of the verb go down, to?
When the sun goes below the horizon, it goes down. The sun went down at 8:34 last night.
What is the meaning of the verb open up?
When a new business starts, it opens up or is opened up by someone. I was driving through town, and I noticed that a new bookstore has opened up on Maple Street.
What is the meaning of the verb cut out?
When a motor suddenly stops working, it cuts out. I was driving when the motor suddenly cut out.
What is the meaning of the verb wipe out?
When you are trying to kill people, weeds, insects, and so on, and you kill all of them, you wipe them out. An entire regiment was wiped out in the battle.
What is the meaning of the verb get to?
When things or people get to a certain level, number, or amount, they reach it. LR sure was hot yesterday. It must have gotten to 100 degrees.
What is the meaning of the verb settle down?
When a confused or violent situation becomes less confused or violent, it settles down. When you settle a confused or violent situation down, you make it less confused or violent and more calm. Calm down is similar to settle down. The head of the union spoke to the angry strikers to try to settle them down.
What is the meaning of the verb keep off?
When you keep off something, you do not walk or stand on it. When you keep other people or things off something, you do not allow them to walk or stand on it. The sign says keep off the grass. You should keep your kids off the streets and in school.
What is the meaning of the verb come about?
When something comes about, it happens, usually as a result of a series of events and actions. Several major medical advances have come about in the last 50 years.
What is the meaning of the verb rule out?
When you rule out people or things, you eliminate them from a list. When you rule out doing something, you decide that it is something you will not do because you do not want to, because it is impossible, and so on. With all these medical bills to pay, maybe we should consider ruling out buying a new car.
What is the meaning of the verb stay out of?
When you stay out of a place, you do not go inside it. You can't come in here. Stay out.
What is the meaning of the verb head back to?
When you head back or head back to a certain location, you return to a place where you were before. When you are headed back or are heading back to a certain location. You are returning to a place where you were before. We'll spend a month in California and then head back to Des Moines. We got to the beach around 10 o'clock, and we headed back when it started to get dark.
What is the meaning of the verb knock over?
When you knock people or things over, you use force to make them fall to a horizontal position. The children were playing, and they knocked the lamp over.
What is the meaning of the verb work out?
When a situation works out, the end result is successful. Yes, I thought your idea was terrible, but I must admit it worked out.
What is the meaning of the verb straighten out?
When you straighten out people who are acting foolishly. You do or say something that causes them to act more responsibly. When you straighten out people who are confused, you help them to understand. I'm totally confused about what I'm supposed to do. Can you straighten me out?
What is the meaning of the verb settle down?
When you settle down, you become less active, nervous, or upset. When you settle other people down, you do something to make them less active, nervous, or upset. Calm down is similar to settle down. Why are you so nervous about the test? Just settle down, you'll do just fine.
What is the meaning of the verb call up?
When you call people up, you call them on the telephone. I'm called up by charities asking for money.
What is the meaning of the verb stop over?
When you interrupt a journey, usually an airplane journey, for a short stay somewhere, you stop over. Stopping over in Dubai on the way to Bangkok wasn't any fun, we couldn't even leave the airport.
What is the meaning of the verb sign out?
When you sign something out, such as a book or something valuable or important. You write your name on a list to show that you have borrowed the item and are responsible for returning it. The professor signed the book out of the rare book room.
What is the meaning of the verb blow out?
When a piece of electrical equipment or a fuse blows out. It fails because too much electricity is passing through it. When lightning hit our house, it blew all the telephones out.
What is the meaning of the verb bring over?
When people take something from one place to the place where you are, they bring it over. Linda is going to bring her wedding pictures over tonight.
What is the meaning of the verb light up?
When you shine lights on something or attach lights to something, you light it up. Airport runways are lit up so that pilots can see them in the dark.
What is the meaning of the verb take out, of?
When you take money out or take money out of a bank or a bank account, you withdraw the money. Put in is the opposite of take out. I had to take money out of my savings account to pay for my medical bills.
What is the meaning of the verb cut back, on?
When you cut back or cut back on something that you consume, you use it less. When you cut back or cut back on something that you do it less. Cut down is similar to cut back. You're getting a little overweight, maybe you should cut back on sweets.
What is the meaning of the verb call up?
When you call people up, you call them on the telephone. Nicole called me up and asked me to come to her party.
What is the meaning of the verb put up?
When you build or install something, such as a building, shelf, fence, or wall, you put it up. I talked to a carpenter about putting up some shelves in the family room.
What is the meaning of the verb break inland to?
When you break in or break into a place, you enter illegally using force or deception. When I saw the smashed glass in the street, I knew my car had been broken into.
What is the meaning of the verb go by?
When you go by a place, you go there so that you can do something or get something. You can forget about going by the dry cleaner to pick up your stuff, it's closed.
What is the meaning of the verb turn around?
When you turn around, you move a vehicle or your body so that it faces the opposite direction. When you turn something around, you move it so that it faces the opposite direction. Someone called my name, and I turned around to see who it was.
What is the meaning of the verb let in on?
When you tell people information that is secret or not widely known. You let that person in on the information. General Chambers let me in on the top secret information.
What is the meaning of the verb break down?
When you break down, you lose self-control and become emotionally or mentally confused. Tom breaks down whenever he thinks of the tragedy.
What is the meaning of the verb call off?
When you call off an event, such as a party, game, or something else that had been previously planned, you cancel it. We can't call the party off, it's going to start in half an hour.
What is the meaning of the verb settle down?
When people settle down, they start to live a less active life and perhaps get married. Buy a house, and start a family. My son is 41. I wish he'd settle down and raise a family.
What is the meaning of the verb believe in?
When you believe in something or believe in doing something. You have a strong opinion about something that is important to you. I believe in working hard and saving money.
What is the meaning of the verb put down, on?
When an airplane puts down or a pilot puts an airplane down, the airplane lands. After the engine quit, the pilot looked for a place to put down.
What is the meaning of the verb go up, to?
When you move to a higher level or position, or from south to north, you go up or go up to that place. Go down is the opposite of go up. I spend the winters in Mexico, and go up to my home in Ohio in the summer.
What is the meaning of the verb cut off?
When you stop the supply or flow of something, such as water, electricity. Or money, you cut it off or you cut off the people receiving it. I won't be surprised if my electricity is cut off. I haven't paid the bill in 3 months.
What is the meaning of the verb beef up?
When you beef up security or some other arrangement to prevent or deal with a problem. You make this arrangement stronger. After the terrorist attack, security was beefed up at the embassy.
What is the meaning of the verb see about?
When you are upset about a change or a new policy. And you want to say that you will take some action or talk to someone in authority to prevent or reverse the change or new policy. You say I'll see about that or we'll see about that. Now they're saying I can't even smoke in my own office. I'll see about that.
What is the meaning of the verb fall off?
When the quality, degree, or frequency of something decreases, it falls off. Sales of fountain pens fell off after the ballpoint pen was invented.
What is the meaning of the verb pull off?
When you are driving and you pull off the road, you drive to the side of the road and stop. When I heard that strange noise, I pulled off to the side and checked the engine.
What is the meaning of the verb turn into?
When you turn something into something else, you change it into that thing. The Youngs are thinking of turning their house in the country into a hotel.
What is the meaning of the verb take back?
When you take back something that you have said, you admit that what you said was untrue, unfair, or rude. That's not true. You take that back right now?
What is the meaning of the verb wrap up?
When you enclose an object in some kind of paper. Usually gift wrapping paper or packaging paper, you wrap it up. The movers wrapped up the china with newspapers.
What is the meaning of the verb go in for?
When you go in for a certain activity, you like it and do it regularly. When I was a kid I went in for football, but I don't watch it much anymore.
What is the meaning of the verb run down?
When you discuss or review items on a list from the first to the last, you run down the list. The teacher ran down the list of students and marked the ones who are failing.
What is the meaning of the verb heat up?
When something or someone makes something hotter, they heat it up. Waiter, this soup is cold. Would you heat it up for me?
What is the meaning of the verb go out?
When something that is burning goes out, it stops burning because it has no more fuel or because something. Such as water or lack of oxygen, has caused it to stop burning. The campfire went out during the night.
What is the meaning of the verb wind up?
When you turn the handle or key of a mechanical toy, watch, or clock to make it operate, you wind it up. I overslept because I forgot to wind up my alarm dock. This toy doesn't use batteries, you have to wind it up.
What is the meaning of the verb point out?
When you are writing or speaking and you stress or emphasize some important information. You think the reader or listener needs to know, you point out the information. He said that he thought my plan was basically good, but that he wanted to point out several possible problems.
What is the meaning of the verb run across?
When people or things run across a place, room, or building, they move from one side to the other very quickly. The receiver ran across the field and caught the ball.
What is the meaning of the verb run over?
When liquid in a container fills the container and goes over the top, it runs over. There's too much water in this pot. It's going to run over the side.
What is the meaning of the verb know about?
When you know about a situation, plan, or other information, you are aware of it. Jim isn't here. Maybe he doesn't know about the schedule change.
What is the meaning of the verb turn out?
When people, companies, factories, workshops, and so on turn out something, they manufacture it or produce it. High schools in America are turning out people who can barely read.
What is the meaning of the verb run around?
When you run around doing something. You go to various places trying urgently to accomplish something that is important to you. The woman was running around the store looking for her lost child.
What is the meaning of the verb take over, from /is?
When people are elected, appointed, or hired to take control of a country. State, city, business, school, building, and so on, and to replace the people in control. They take over as something, or take over from someone. Ortega took over from Margaret Cummings, who had been the sales manager for 14 years.
What is the meaning of the verb get off?
When you get off a bus, airplane, or train, you leave it. The bus stopped and I got off.
What is the meaning of the verb con into informal?
When you con people into something or con people into doing something. You persuade them to do it by fooling or deceiving them. Trick into is similar to con into. That crooked mechanic tried to con me into paying for a lot of repairs my car didn't need.
What is the meaning of the verb come back?
When a fashion or fad comes back, it becomes popular again. Many skirts are coming back this year.
What is the meaning of the verb come down?
When you move to a lower level socially or financially and receive less. Respect from other people because of this change, you come down in life. Mark used to be so successful, but now he has so many problems. He has really come down in life.
What is the meaning of the verb throw away?
When you throw away something important or valuable, you foolishly do something that causes you to lose it. This is your last chance to save your marriage, so don't throw it away.
What is the meaning of the verb foot around, with, informal?
When two people fool around with each other, they have sexual relations. Even though one or both of them may be married to someone else, or even though their families or society may not approve. Her husband's been fooling around with his secretary, and everyone in town knows it.
What is the meaning of the verb build inland to?
When you build something in or build something into something else. You put it in the item you are making during its construction or assembly rather than adding it later. L told the builder that I wanted him to build some shelves in.
What is the meaning of the verb breakthrough?
When you use force to go through a wall or other barrier, you break through it. The thieves broke through the wall of the jewelry store.
What is the meaning of the verb turn over, to?
When the police or other authorities are looking for people and you take these people or transfer control. Of them to the police or authorities, you turn them over or turn them over to the police or authorities. The local police chief was relieved to turn the terrorist over to the FBI.
What is the meaning of the verb pick up?
When you pick people up, you stop your vehicle and give them a ride away from that place. You'll be picked up at the airport by the hotel van.
What is the meaning of the verb get through, to?
When you get through or get through to someone. You make that person understand your opinion or point of view. Mr. Toiler has tried to make his daughter understand why it's important to work hard in school and get good grades. But he just can't get through. I've explained it 100 times.
What is the meaning of the verb put on?
When you place something on or apply something to another surface, you put it on. I put the book on the table.
What is the meaning of the verb hold up?
When you prevent something from happening or cause it to happen late, you hold it up. The band hasn't arrived yet, and they're holding up the whole wedding.
What is the meaning of the verb go up, to?
When you approach a person, you go up to that person. There's Sarah, go up and introduce yourself.
What is the meaning of the verb run up, to?
When you run toward people, you run up or run up to them. The prince didn't have any bodyguards. Anyone could have run up and attacked him.
What is the meaning of the verb try out?
When you try people out, you give them a chance to show that they can perform. A job well before hiring them or before giving them more difficult work to do. I told the supervisor that if she tried me out, she'd see that I could do the job.
What is the meaning of the verb leave over always passive?
When something is left over, it remains after people have used or taken as much of it as they need or want. I paid all my bills and had only $17 left over.
What is the meaning of the verb care for?
When you care for people or things, you like them. Jane doesn't care for coffee, she prefers tea.
What is the meaning of the verb get to?
When you get to something that you want or need to do, you find the time to do it. When you get to work, you start working. Karen finally got back to her school project yesterday. She hadn't worked on it for weeks.
What is the meaning of the verb lay down, on?
When you lay something down, you put it on a horizontal surface. Put down is similar to lay down. Marcia laid the tray down.
What is the meaning of the verb wrap up?
When you enclose an object in some kind of paper. Usually gift wrapping paper or packaging paper, you wrap it up. I have to wrap this gift up before I go to the party.
What is the meaning of the verb start up?
When you start up a new business or company. You take the steps necessary to begin a new business or company. Jane borrowed the money she needed to start up her business from her uncle.
What is the meaning of the verb put back?
When you put something back, you return it to where it was before. Susie, I told you we're eating dinner in 10 minutes, so put that cookie right back.
What is the meaning of the verb get back, from?
When you get back or get back from something that is very hot or dangerous or that you should not be near. You move away from it so that there is more distance between you and it. As the president came closer, the police told the crowd to get back.
What is the meaning of the verb get through, to?
When you get through or get through to someone. Usually on a telephone or radio, you are able to speak to that person. It wasn't easy, but I finally got through to my brother in Borneo.
What is the meaning of the verb go off?
When an electrical device or system goes off, it stops operating. Come on is the opposite of go off. A thermostat makes the air conditioner go off if it gets below a certain temperature.
What is the meaning of the verb warm up?
When you allow a mechanical device to run for a short time before being used, you warm it up. When a mechanical device runs for a short time before being used, it warms up. You should always warm your car up for a few minutes before you go anywhere.
What is the meaning of the verb put inland to?
When you put something in or put something into a container. Storage place, or building, you place it inside. Take out is the opposite of put inland to. Please put your clothes in the closet.
What is the meaning of the verb fix up?
When you fix yourself up, you style your hair nicely and put on makeup and nice clothes. If you're going to that fancy restaurant, you'd better fix yourself up. Heather is upstairs fixing herself up for the prom.
What is the meaning of the verb get out of?
When you get out or get out of a dangerous, awkward, or difficult situation, you avoid it. When you get people out of a dangerous, awkward, or difficult situation, you help them to avoid it. Eric made a date with two girls for the same night. How is he going to get out of this mess?
What is the meaning of the verb call back?
When you leave a place or walk away from a person and are then asked to return, you are called back. Mike handed his letter of resignation to his boss, but he was called back after he left the office.
What is the meaning of the verb turn over?
When you turn something over. You move it so that the side that was on the bottom is on the top, and vice versa. When something turns over, it moves so that the side that was on the bottom is on the top, and vice versa. The driver was killed when his car turned over.
What is the meaning of the verb switch off?
When you switch off an electrical or mechanical device. You change the controls to stop it from producing or doing something. Turn off is similar to switch off. Switch on is the opposite of switch off. Try to remember to switch off the lights when you leave the room.
What is the meaning of the verb bring up, to?
When people bring something from a higher level or position or from south to north to where you are. They bring it up or bring it up to where you are. Would you please go downstairs and bring up the package that was just delivered?
What is the meaning of the verb put down?
When you put something down. You put something in your hand or something that you are carrying on a horizontal surface. The suitcase was so heavy that I had to put it down and rest for a minute.
What is the meaning of the verb fight back?
When you fight back, you fight, either physically or with words. Someone or something that attacked you first. The soldiers fought back bravely, but the situation was hopeless.
What is the meaning of the verb go up, to?
When something extends to a certain point that is farther north or at a higher elevation. It goes up to that point. Go down is the opposite of go up. Interstate 5 goes up to Seattle.
What is the meaning of the verb keep away from?
When you keep people or things away or keep them away from something or someone else. You do not allow them to come close to or associate with someone or come close to or touch something. Paul has an alcohol problem, so keep him away from the bar at the party tomorrow.
What is the meaning of the verb put down?
When you put something down. You put something in your hand or something that you are carrying on a horizontal surface. Susie, put that knife down. It's dangerous.
What is the meaning of the verb try out for?
When you try out or try out for something. You try to show that you can perform a job well in order to get hired. A lot of guys will try out, but only a handful will make the team.
What is the meaning of the verb know about?
When you have studied something and learned it, you know about it. I don't know much about history. I was a business major.
What is the meaning of the verb stick out?
When something sticks out, it extends from what it is attached to. I cut myself on a nail that was sticking out of the wall.
What is the meaning of the verb believe in?
When you believe in people, you have confidence in them and believe. What they say because you think they are honest, correct, or competent. We want to believe in you, but we need some proof that your invention really works.
What is the meaning of the verb burn out?
When a light bulb stops producing light because it has reached the end of its useful life, it burns out. These new bulbs are guaranteed not to burn out for 10 years.
What is the meaning of the verb fill in?
When people want or need more information about a plan, situation, or occurrence and you supply that information, you fill them in. Something interesting happened while you were gone. I'll fill you in later.
What is the meaning of the verb come out of?
When something comes out of a certain place or area, it starts there. The most wonderful aroma came out of the kitchen.
What is the meaning of the verb believe in?
When you believe in something or believe in doing something. You have a strong opinion about something that is important to you. Maria doesn't believe in sex before marriage.
What is the meaning of the verb give up, on?
When you stop trying to do something because you think you will never succeed, you give up or give up on it. I've tried for years to have a nice looking lawn, but I've just given up on it.
What is the meaning of the verb get to informal?
When you get to doing something, you begin to do it gradually. Dad got to thinking that maybe we ought to move to Los Angeles and try to find work there.
What is the meaning of the verb let off?
When you are let off by a person in authority. You are not punished or you are given only a light punishment. People were shocked that he had been let off so lightly.